I think it's good to know that, yeah, these there are systems in the body that our body that's at work related to stress. That means that it's not just mental and emotional; it's actually physical. So, what are these hormones that we're looking at, and yeah, what role do they play?
Let me first start by explaining the menstrual cycle. A lot of us don't know how the menstrual cycle works exactly, but it's really important to understand that process to see how stress actually ties in and affects that cycle. Okay. So, for most of us, the menstrual cycle is around 28 days, but it can be anywhere from 21 to 35 days. That's totally normal. And it's broken down into four phases. Okay, so the first phase is the menstrual phase. It's usually day 1 to 5 of your period. That's when you're bleeding, your body is shedding the lining of the uterus, and hormones like estrogen and progesterone are quite low during this time. So your body's trying to say, okay, there's no pregnancy this month, let's start fresh. Okay. And then we go into the follicular phase. That's when your body is preparing to release an egg. Your brain sends out a hormone called FSH, and FSH helps your ovaries grow new follicles um, that contain that immature egg. And as estrogen starts to rise, the one follicle that becomes the chosen one, releases that egg. And estrogen also helps thicken the uterine lining just in case there is a pregnancy. So your body is really preparing for that pregnancy to happen. And then around day 14, we have ovulation when estrogen gets super high. It triggers a spike in luteinizing hormone, which causes the mature egg to pop out of the ovary, and that's what ovulation is. And the egg travels down the fallopian tube, waiting for that sperm, and that's your fertile window. Okay. Right after ovulation, estrogen dips and progesterone starts to rise. Progesterone helps keep the uterine lining from shedding again, and it prepares the body for that pregnancy to happen. If there's no pregnancy, then again the cycle starts over again. Progesterone and estrogen drop again, and that's when your period starts and the cycle starts over again. Okay? So what happens to the body under stress? Well, it releases something called cortisol. That's your stress hormone. And in short bursts, yes, cortisol is absolutely helpful. Just like any other hormone in the body. Helps your body manage stress, it helps regulate metabolism, maintain blood pressure. It's part of the flight or flight response, but it's when it's elevated for longer periods of time that it can actually cause issues. Okay. So when you're stressed, your body goes into that survival mode and not the baby making mode. And I tell my clients it's like you have a budget. When you have limited funds, what do? You prioritize the essentials, right? But when you have extra funds, or let's say you get a bonus at work, or things like that, then yeah, you can splurge on those things that you might not have purchased before. Okay. Your body does the same exact thing. When we're in survival mode, your body's not thinking of those secondary functions like fertility.